Hi, my name is Makayla, and my research explores violence in the domestic setting of the 19th century British novel and how this violence is necessary in order for women to escape from the inside-outside model. The inside-outside model of the house places women inside the house, taking care of duties regarding home and family, while the men are meant to leave to engage in violence and competition. This model also helps to ensure that said violence and competition remain outside of the home. The British novel, however, uses the presence of violence within the domestic setting to rewrite the societal and hierarchical positions of the genders, ultimately giving women a power they were without when locked inside the model. According to Linda K. Kerber, women were said to live in a different world. When violence crosses over into the domestic setting, it creates an intermixing of the male and female worlds, destroying the boundary of the binary gender system, which allows for a portal to open in which women can cross from one world to another. In the 1847 novel Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, Bertha brings violence into the home in order to escape from the world which imprisons her. Her husband, Mr. Rochester, keeps her confined in the attic. Additionally, she is only referred to as Bertha once, and any other time as the Mad Lady or Mrs. Rochester, stripping her of any power that is not related to her marriage. Eventually, Bertha finds herself gazing at her reflection in the mirror with a veil over her face. She then tears the veil apart. By destroying the veil, she is also destroying the image of helplessness that Mr. Rochester has assigned her. She is able to recognize her true power, which then prompts the final acts of violence, arson, and suicide. She sets out to destroy the inside-outside model itself by setting fire to Thornfield Manor, both literally and metaphorically burning down the system which cages her. As she runs to the top of the manor, Mr. Rochester chases after her, begging her to come with him. Knowing that she would just be imprisoned again, this time with a less likely chance of escape, she jumps to her death. Bertha's suicide is her final act of violence, which yields freedom. This violence is necessary in order for Bertha to obtain the power that has been withheld from her since birth due to her womanhood. It is imperative that she physically takes this power by any means necessary, any cost necessary, as the binary gender hierarchy places her and other women at the bottom. By Bertha bringing violence into the domestic setting, she is able to alter the binary gender hierarchy within the novel and paves the way for literal women to do the same, ultimately restructuring society in a way in which women can begin to become equal with men. In a world in which women have no key to open the door, no one to let them out, they must pull and tear at the bars, burn down the system, and force a way out for themselves. Thank you.